Hello dear VIPs, I trust you're all doing well. Okay, welcome to part 10 of our tutorial. Part 11, I beg your pardon. So, I said in this tutorial, we are going to be designing this shopping center from start to finish. That we'll be doing the architectural work using AutoCAD and REVIT, and we'll be doing the 3D visualization using Corona and 3ds Max, right? And then we'll also be doing the structural analysis and design using PROTASTRUCTURES and probably robot structural analysis. So if this is something that you love to have, or if this is a skill that you're looking to acquire, you can also skip to this channel, share my content with your friend, like, and also subscribe. But remember to hit the notification button, so when I drop any tutorial you'll be notified right away. Okay, so please stay tuned to this channel and let's see what we can do together. So if you're looking to gain this, to see how I did this from scratch, this is a tutorial for you. So stay tuned and let's dive straight into our tutorial of today. So last time we did stop at the level of adding the stairs, the doors, and then extending it properly, just taking the different levels up, right? So doing this is very simple. Like you see, I've already changed the top offset of the top constraint of my wall to 8th floor, and I copy my ceiling, I copy my doors. So it's very easy. Still the same thing for you, like the same thing we use in copying this door for the elevator shaft here. Okay, so you can use that same method and you copy everything. It's very easy and straightforward. So we also added, I also went ahead and added this floor, okay, the first floor, and I put in the floor too. So you can just do same. So today I'll be showing you how to probably work on the windows on the side, and we do the second floor, probably will end at that level. So let me dive straight into. Okay, so before now, you'll see there's a wall here of the expansion joint, right? So this wall here is very important because it's not necessary that we have this wall here. It's just going to be the beam that is separating. So most often it's the structural element that is used to at the expansion joint. Okay, so I'm going to be using opening. I'm going to create an opening here, just put an opening, but just the thickness of the beam will be available up there. So I'll be leaving just 700 as the depth of the beam, or 600. So whatever works when we are doing our analysis, that is what we use in our conclusion, right? So let me use 700 for now. But before that, I'll go to my library. I said I have an extensive library that probably you might love to have, and you just have to go down to the comment section, to the description of this video. You join my WhatsApp group, okay, and you request for this, probably I'll share with you. Okay, so I want to go to doors and I have opening here, so I want to use one of this opening. Let me just use the one I said you drag and then you drop into Revit. So that is all, it will load that opening for you. So I'll drop it here right now, and I want to make sure it starts from the face of this column. So I'm using my align dimension. So you click on dimension here, okay, and then you click on this face. You see it's highlighting. You go to the next face, you click, and then this is 620, right? So the first offset, the first opening there is 620. I think the same thing that way, but here will be 440, right? So that is 440 there, and then 620 here again. So I'm going to just go to this, edit type, duplicate, and then I change the height to be, since the height of our structure is 3.70 m, we want to be left with 70, that is 700, right? I'm going to 3700, we want to be left with 700. I'll just put the height to be 3000, then the width to be 6200 as we did there. So I'm just going to go back here and move this one to this position, then copy the same thing from this point, this non point, to this other point here, so that I have the same opening this way. Okay, elevation from ground, there's nothing here from the level, so always check this property here to make sure that you have not changed it from ground. It's not offsetting from ground. So again, I'm going to copy this, take this property here and drop it here, right? Okay, Remember, this was 440, so I'm going to click on this. And I said in Revit you have to duplicate. If I just mistakenly change this one without duplicating, let's see right now, you see that all of it will change. So just on multiply, you see that the other ones have changed too, right? You see they are now all 500. So that is not what you want. You want this one to have a particular property, so you duplicate, and then you can change now to 440, 4400. You apply. So that is just for this position here. So I'm going to copy this, create similar. Okay, there's nothing this way. Okay, so let's see what we have achieved there. Okay, it's covered down there, but I think the next beam here, this one here, we are going to apply the same thing. So I'm just going to go down to ground floor, copy this, select this by holding down control on your keyboard. You select multiple, right? Then I'm going to copy to clipboard, then click down on this paste, this arrow at the paste here, and then you go down, you select levels, right? I want to drop it on the first floor, so I just click OK there, and we'll go to first floor. We should see it, right? You're seeing the depth of this beam. When you select it, you see that the depth here is 700 and this is 3000 directly from ground. So it's just that opening there. So these ones here are actually acting now like as if it's a column position, because this will be embedded in the column. So this is a column position and this is a expansion joint, right? So it's the expansion joint, and it has to be 250. This, the thickness here will be 250. That's why you're seeing the gap too big now. For now it's 150 because it's just wall position. When we add our beam of 250 width, you're going to see it really functional, right? So let me go to the ground floor again and then add my windows at this position. So I'm going to go ahead and measure from here to this position. That is 4650, right? So I think it's the same thing this way. The only difference will be here, but since I will not want to have too many window sizes on my design, I'm going to go with the same property here. So I'll copy one of this window that I have here already, create similar, right? Then remember the offset from ground, we need at least 200, so that there is at least one block before the window, right? So that you don't have water affecting the frame of this window, right? You don't have moisture really affecting it, so you have to lift it a little bit from ground. So I'm going up now to duplicate that, and then we have to give it the width here. The width here should be I think we had 4650, right? Yeah, and then that is it. Just apply and then you close. Let me move this one from this position to this column here. Then I'll just do same this way, move from here to here. So I have that there, I have this here now, so I can just create a similar again. Remember 200 from ground, the seal height, right? So I drop it again here and move this again. So I'm trying to make sure that it aligns well to the face of the column. This is a presumed size of this column anyway, 500 by 500 for this 5-story structure, but it might change. Okay, this might change when we are very sure with the analysis. That's why modification is always advisable on any construction. You can modify, right? So we can modify this and then we are still good to go with it. So let me select all of these windows here and then copy them, right? I want to copy from a known position. Let me copy from here and drop at this level here. So I want to have my windows here the same, so I didn't copy one of these. So let me just select this and drag from this position to this position. I think I have the other windows here now, but there's a small gap here, this gap from this position here. I don't think you're going to be building a block wall of 125. It's going to be extremely difficult, so we might have to select this window on this side and extend it to be the same, right? So let me check this dimension, 4775. So we're going to be selecting this windows here, this here, this and this. They will go to edit type, we duplicate it again. Okay, let's duplicate that window and then we'll give it 4775. 4775, that is the dimension, right? Apply and okay. So let me check. I'll move this one back. I think I'll do the same on the other side since they are selected, right? So moving it too much already. So let me move from here, zoom really closer, and then so that you don't move something mistakenly. So let me select this one and move them too. Okay, I'm going to move this from here to here. So let's check if it's aligned to this wall. Perfect. So that is it. Let's see what we have in 3D right now. So these are the window that we are just from adding. So I'm just going to copy this anyway. Copy this, the side windows. Again, there's something that I did that I also explained to you. So it's just the same thing. There's nothing different about it. So I'm going to select everything here. Copy again, copy to clipboard, and then align to story. I want to align it to the first floor, right? So that is it up there. And what I did here is if you look at the basement wall here, there's a small it's extruding. Let's go to the section. Let's go to this left elevation. If you look at the basement wall, you see that there's a window here, right? It's because I did extrude this this is 1.4 meter away from ground, right? But the overall height is still 3,700. Let's see from the basement. Wait, it's 4,000 from the basement. Okay, that is 4 meter from the base. The basement is 4 meter from that is 4 meter, right? So and from the natural ground level is 1,400. That is 1.4 meters from ground. So we have to be worried about this. I think we'll have to change this height. I probably this to be a mistake here. It has to be 3,700. 3,700. 4,000 is too much. Okay, 4,000. So you update automatically. Let's see. Or we can subtract. We can just click to this level and say minus is minus 2,600, and want to minus is 4,000. We want to take out 300 from it. We can take 2,300, right? Okay, so it's now okay. I think that was a mistake that I did. So let me check again. The height is 3,700. So that is fine. So I have 1,700 from ground with this window appearing. So from the natural ground level, we have up to I think about 60 centimeter before we have that. And then from here to the top of the beam, not to this position. I think the window skips up a bit again. So let me select this window here because I have to have 700 as the beam. So let me select this again. It's just the same window that you see here that I applied there, but reducing the height. Okay, reducing the height so that I have a little bit of light coming up there because the basement is not directly embedded. Okay, it's not directly embedded. So I want to take out it's 400. I want to take 300 from this one. So I'll take 2,600 as the elevation from ground. So let's check this elevation again and see if we have that height. So from here to here is 700, and they'll have two costs of block down. I think it should be two costs, right? 1,400. This window is 40. Okay, so we should have from this level to this level. Okay, should be that. So 700. Okay, that is fine. That is fine. We have 300 from ground, from the natural ground level. So that is fine. We will not have it here because this is the entrance and there will be a staircase at this position before you get to that level. Okay, so let me just select these other windows here and drop it at the first floor again. Okay, so select even the door. We'll select the door too here, then copy it and align to story, align to the first floor. Okay, so we have it up there. Then that is all about the first floor. We'll probably have to go to the second floor, but there's this design you see here, right? All of the extra designs will come at the end of this video, so you probably might not want to miss out and get the concept how I did this one, but it's pretty walls and slab, nothing more. Okay, so let me just add the second floor and do this part so that add the windows and then we close for this section, right? And the next tutorial now I'll model I'll come up with a already complete structure, but leaving out part of this and all of this decoration that I think you should get a detail how to do it, right? And also I'll be showing you how to do this in our part. I think it should be 13, right? We'll do this one, only this one in part 13. Okay, for now let me just extrude this part. Let me do the second story, right? So if we go to the second floor, you see that it has a different positioning, right? So this wall will maintain, but this other position of the windows here is going to change. So I don't want this underlay, so that it should not show me the position of the ones on the ground floor. And this is just a line for the beams, right? So this is just indicating the beam, but the wall extrude outside. But when they are doing the structural work on the ground floor, this will be the position where the beams will pass, right? Again, we have a wall to put here, and we have the same thing to put on the other level. So let me just go down to my first floor, select this front view here. Let me select this, for instance, and then select this. Probably select this too. I want to have it up there. Select this. Okay, so I can just do a filter there to select what I want, just what I want. I don't want to select text, this line that we imported from AutoCAD. I don't want to select the column, right? Let me just apply this one and see. So copy and align to the second floor. Let's see if it works out like that. That will be a plus. Okay, so this is it. It actually works as we wanted, right? And this wall here seems to be having issues, right? So let's see, why is it appearing like that? So this is a wall that we have copied, and okay, we did not copy the window here, not copy this window, right? So let me just copy this right now. Go to align to the first and second story, right? So we have the window there, and okay, we need to add this extension. That is where we are extruding anyway. And this wall here, probably we can just take it right up here. This wall here, we can take it right up. It should go and just cover the whole space up there. So let me select this, and then go to the top constraint. Sorry, go to the modify the property here. You go to the top constraint, and then we take it up to the ceiling level, right? And this other wall too will need to do same, because it will also run through. So copy this, take the top constraint to the ceiling level. So I'm taking ceiling. When I clicked on the fourth floor, so ceiling level, I can copy this opening here now to that level. So let me hold down control, copy this. First of all, select 1, select 2, select 3, and then copy. Let me align it to third, fourth. Okay, so we have the opening there like that. I think it's nice. Okay, we might have to copy this door too, and just add this sliding door and add. So let me just copy one and copy the other one this way. So all the two of them are copied. So copy this and then go to align to third, okay, and fourth floor. So we have it aligning to this other floor automatically, and then covering the position of our restroom. So we'll do the same for the slab. So let me go to the second floor right now and add this extension, right? And that will be it for this tutorial. Let me get to this level. So I'm on the second floor here. I want to position, so I can just select on any of this wall. You can also click on walls here, and then you go and select the wall type that you want. So since I already have this property, I can always select on this and then create similar, or type CS on your keyboard, right? That is the shortcut CS. So I want it starting from ground floor, from second floor, and it ends at the not at the ceiling level. So you have to be very careful here. It ends at the third floor, right? So I'm going to be extending this from here to this position here. Okay, I'll explain why this one doesn't show the tick line, right? The fill line as we choose before. So I'm selecting this again to this position, right? Remember, they are not crossing like that, but we also have now these ones up are shops, right? So I'm going to be dropping this one from here to this position, then we take again from this position to this position, okay, and then take from here again. So it's the same thing that way. Drop it here, take from here, and then you drop it the other way too. So remember to take this one outside like that, and then take this one this way, drop it here, right? And then to cross the shop, these are the different shop demarcation, right? So it's separating like this. We'll have another one this way. Before then, let's first of all place this one, take it down like that, and take this one down. Okay, so we have that. So probably I might want to close this space here. I might want to have this extending here to lock that gap there. So that is it there. And this expansion joint, the beam will continue. So I'll extend this part here. Okay, we'll expand that part there. The beam continue the same way too. So that is it. We probably might want to create an opening here just to give an extra room to this to the person holding that store there. So let's have this one again, have this one here, and then we create these other ones this here. I think that is it. Okay, so we have this. I think the third floor is actually copying on this one. I think that is the reason why we're saying it like that. So this is a third story, but we also have it appearing here. So that is not any problem. Okay, so this will be deleted after the work anyway, so we can always delete them. If you want to also take them out, you can take it out. Just remove it if it's disturbing you, so take it out. So let me quickly delete this. Just select and then press delete on your keyboard, and that's just fine. You can delete it like that. So see this line we're duplicating, so it's okay. So this is it for the second floor, but there's something that is appearing that probably you can notice of, right? You notice that there is this the wall itself is not showing that thick line, but this one is showing a few pattern. So that is because of the view range, right? So just type VG, sorry, VR, that is view range, right? If you see it's 13 right at 4,000, that is already above our view, right? Our floor height. We have 3,700. So probably I want to cut this thing at 1,700 or 1,500, and I want this to be 2,500. So for instance, I'll just apply, and that is it. It fixed that small error there, right? The structural analysis for this work is really going to be mind-blowing. You love it. Most structural engineers that we have here, you love it. So let me just go ahead and copy these windows and apply it on the other view, or I use the one down since we didn't have their dimension. So let me use this one, copy, and then we get up to the second floor. Let's see, 200 from ground again. Let's apply it here and see. Okay, so I don't want to be having multiple window sizes here, so let me just drop this, forget about the gap in between of them. It can be block work there, right? So not that one, this one instead. So I'm dropping at the center. Be very careful as you're looking, checking the dimension here, those small dimension there, and you feel it when you're at the center. It have a little bit kind of sticky way, so you can always drop it there. Let's go down and copy these other ones at this position, create similar. Remember 200 from ground, and then second floor, let's drop this here, let's drop this again here, right? So dropping this right really quick, right? So we'll have it there. Okay, so let's see in 3D what we have. So this is it. But if you look at this picture here, you see that there's a depth here. Actually, because there's a beam that is going to be here, and there's going to be a POP ceiling, there's going to be a ceiling here. So it's always advisable to drop the beam depth at once, okay, so that you don't have it looking like that. So I'm assuming that the beam that will cover this as the beam is going to be let's say the base offset, right? I want to offset with the base. I want the beam offset to go down. I want the beam to be 500, right? 500 plus that 200 height will be 700, right? Because there's one block on top of it. But this cantilever beam, I can even make it 450, right? I can make it 450. But since we have the main beams that will be running from the wall to that outside position, which is 700, it's necessary that we'll drop this one to 700 so that it cover the face, right? So that will not have an extension from the other beam. So let me just drop this one minus, remember to put negative 700. Let's see, apply, and then that is it. We have to apply the same thing on this wall. But if you apply this wall now, if you put minus 700 here, this wall will be intersecting with this one, which is not nice, right? So we'll have to come back to this wall and break this wall at this position here. So you have to break this wall at this position. Let me break one and then stop the tutorial so that in the next video probably you can just go ahead and do the same thing. So since our column is going to fill this position, I'll select this wall, or I just go to my modify. This is break. You get split, right? Split SL, right? So you can split this wall. Let me split here. I can split inside the column, or I can split at this position. So try to split at a particular position you like. Okay, so if I'm splitting here, let me see the position of the beam down, of the wall down. So let's see this one. I've split that one. There's also splitting with gap. So it split and gives you a little bit of gap. So let me see this one. That is splitting it and separating it into two like that. So that is not what we want to achieve, right? So let me see this wall. Since we are going to be adding our column at this position, I will not really focus on this gap here because there's a gap from the wall down. So I'm just going to go ahead and take down my minus 700, right? Again, if that 700 look deep for you, maybe the beam at the cantilever, the beams that goes outside, because we are going to be having a structural beam that runs like this. The main supporting beam run like this, so you can have 700 and then it drops the height again to carry this cantilever side. You drop the height to 500, so you'll be 700. You have the step beam there, right? So you can take this one 500 if that's something that you want. So let's just leave it like this, and in the next video I'm just going to go ahead and do the other part, right? So I can copy this slab and just add to that level. So I'll just copy this before we go. So copy this and then align to second floor. Okay, so we have our slab here, but before then let's extend it real quick. So here, while it's still selected, I want to modify the edges, right? So I want to modify this edge from here to the center of this, right? Then from here to the center of this, from here to this center here, and from here to this center here. So that is it, and then I just hit finish. Don't attach, right? I don't want to attach it. You attach, it's going to cut the wall. So that is it, you have there, and this one will automatically works like this position that we have here. But remember, we modify it and increase the extension, right? So go ahead and cut your own and then drop down the beam, the base. Okay, split it and drop down the base to 700 or to what will work for you. So I'm going to stop here, save for the next tutorial. Okay, so do have a wonderful day and take care of yourself. Okay.